Hun Manet, ceasefire chosen to protect lives, not to compromise territorial integrity. The Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, on 29 December 2025, has issued a solemn national message reaffirming Cambodia's unwavering commitment to peace, lawful dispute resolution, and the protection of national sovereignty, while underscoring that the country will never trade territorial integrity for peace. Addressing heroic members of the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces, the National Police, and compatriots nationwide, the Prime Minister recalled Cambodia's painful historical experience with war, including decades of conflict and genocide, which has profoundly shaped the nation's understanding of the true value of peace. Having achieved full peace in 1998, Cambodia, he stressed, has no aspiration other than peace, stability, and sustainable national development. The Prime Minister emphasized that Cambodia consistently upholds the international and regional order based on international law, treaties, and conventions to which it is a party, particularly the Charter of the United Nations and the ASEAN Charter, with the objective of peaceful coexistence with all countries, including neighbors, regional partners, and the international community. In this spirit, the Royal Government of Cambodia has remained steadfast in pursuing peaceful solutions through dialogue and negotiation, seeking to end armed confrontation and return to addressing border issues through established technical mechanisms and legal frameworks. Following sustained and patient diplomatic efforts, Cambodia and Thailand agreed to implement an immediate and on-the-spot ceasefire, which entered into force at 12 noon on 27 December 2025. The Prime Minister clarified that Cambodia's decision to embrace the ceasefire does not signify surrender, weakness, or the relinquishment of its inherent right to self-defense, nor does it involve compromising territorial integrity. Rather, it reflects Cambodia's principled choice to prioritize peace, human life, and the welfare of its people, even in the face of significant pressure and hardship. He noted that while Cambodia remains capable of defending itself, prolonged armed conflict offers no benefit, particularly for a smaller nation. More than 500,000 displaced civilians are awaiting safe return to their homes, thousands of children long to resume their education, and countless families yearn for the safe return of loved ones serving on the front lines. To date, the conflict has resulted in the deaths of 32 civilians and injuries to 93 others. Under the ceasefire arrangements, both sides are required to maintain their forces at their respective positions as of the moment the ceasefire took effect. The Prime Minister stressed that this arrangement does not affect or prejudice the legal determination of the international boundary, a point explicitly stipulated at Cambodia's insistence in the joint declaration of the special meeting of the Cambodia-Thailand General Border Committee, GBC, dated 27 December 2025. The international boundary, he reaffirmed, remains governed by existing treaties and conventions, and Cambodia fully retains its right to resolve border issues with Thailand in accordance with international law and bilateral mechanisms. With assurances that ceasefire arrangements will not hinder survey and demarcation work, both sides agreed to enable the Cambodia-Thailand Joint Commission on Demarcation for Land Boundary, JBC, to resume its work as soon as possible, particularly in border areas previously inhabited by civilians, with a view to ensuring lasting peace along the shared frontier. The ceasefire has also opened the way for displaced persons to return safely, voluntarily, and with dignity to their homes. The Prime Minister confirmed that relevant ministries have been instructed to ensure security, coordination, and assistance for returnees, while interim solutions will be provided for areas not yet deemed safe. In accordance with the joint declaration, following 72 hours of full ceasefire implementation, 18 Cambodian soldiers are to be released and returned to Cambodia, consistent with the spirit of the Kuala Lumpur Joint Statement of 26 October 2025. The Prime Minister expressed profound gratitude to friendly countries and the international community, notably the United States, China, and ASEAN member states, under the coordination of Malaysia as ASEAN chair, for their constructive and sustained engagement in supporting the ceasefire process since July 2025. Cambodia, he affirmed, remains fully committed to the faithful implementation of the ceasefire and welcomes continued international support, particularly through the strengthening of the role of ASEAN Observer Team, AOT. He also conveyed deep respect and gratitude to His Majesty the King of Cambodia and Her Majesty the Queen Mother for their unwavering support and compassion toward the Cambodian people during this difficult period. Paying tribute to the courage and sacrifice of Cambodian soldiers, police, monks, and citizens at home and abroad, the Prime Minister stated that their patriotism and unity constitute an invaluable legacy that will be forever recorded in the nation's history. Concluding his address, the Prime Minister reiterated that war cannot be ended by war, and that only peaceful, lawful, and mutually respectful solutions can prevent further loss of life and suffering. He called upon all Cambodians to remain united, place their trust in the royal government, and harness the value of peace to build a stronger, more resilient, and dignified Cambodia on the international stage.